This is Luke Martin with Coding Problem 3. Here I'm just copying and pasting the helper code into my code. And then I upload the words.txt file to the Colab. I finally find the comment line where I'm supposed to start my code. And then I begin to just create the basic for loop for if the letter's in the secret word. So while the letter's in the secret word, if the letter is not one of the letters guessed, return false, otherwise return true. And then for the guess word function, I start off with making the variable guess word equal nothing, and then so I create a for loop, and it's letter in the secret word again, and then I do an if statement. If letter is in letters guessed, then the guess word increments, or the letters increment, and then else the guess word increments, and there's actually an error in this later on, but I fix it near the end, and then return guess word at the end. So the first thing I do for the get available letters function is I import string, and then I set available letters equal to nothing, and I create another for loop for letter in string. So basically what this does is sets everything to lowercase letters. So if I were to type uppercase, it still counts as a lowercase when it scans it through. And then I create an if statement. If the letter is not in letters guessed, then available letters increments letter, and then return available letters. And sorry about all the red underlines. Those aren't syntax errors. That's just Grammarly thinking things are misspelled. And then here's where I finally start working on the main function of the game. So the first thing I do is I initialize how many guesses you get, and I set it at 8 to make it easy on me for when I run the code, so I can actually beat the game. And then I do letters guess equals a list or empty list, and then I print out the welcome to Hangman to start the game, and then on a new line I'm thinking of a word that is, and then it prints out the secret word or the length of the secret word. Sorry, and it says letters long. Then I create a while loop for as long as there are more than 0 guesses left. It will keep incrementing this, and I created this print with a bunch of dashes to make it more appeasing to the eye, because otherwise it's just all jumbled up in one place. And then it should, on a new line, it says you have this many guesses left, and I use the variable guesses left for that. And then another line, it says available letters, and then I do get available letters, letters guessed. And then I create an input here for the variable guess. So basically, it's stored. Whatever you type in is stored as your guess, and it says please guess a letter, and whatever you type in, it will be used for the following if loop, and it goes if guesses in letter guess. So basically, if it's already been guessed, it prints out you've already guessed that letter, and then it reinitializes everything. The end, I do plus guessed word and then secret word letters guessed, and then else if guesses in secret word letters guessed, and then it appends to the guess, and it says good guess, and then it takes it away from letters guessed, and it adds to the word you have, the secret word. Sorry. And then I create another if statement, which basically is the win condition. So if the word is guessed, the secret word with based off the letters guessed, uh, prints out, like I do the same dashes so it looks aesthetically pleasing. And then it says you won, and then it returns. And then I create another else statement for if you lose, and it's basically letters guessed, append guess, and then guesses left as it increments down by one. Uh, it prints out, oops, that letter's not in the word, and then I reinitialize the get guess word, secret word, letters guessed, and then finally I print out the another blank line, and you ran out of guesses. The word was, and then it prints out the secret word. And this is the output line if you lose the game. And then here I uncomment the last two lines so I can actually play the game. And then I try to run it, but as I mentioned earlier, there's an error. So I type in the first one here, and then it shows me the error. And as you can see, it wasn't really a syntax error. It was just just the way I set it up. I needed to use it as a list and use append instead. I actually used AI to troubleshoot this one, or this part of it, because I wasn't really sure why it wasn't working, and then I realized it's because I did the underscore space rather than doing it on separate lines with a list. And then here I created a new line to fix it. So I created guess word as an empty list, and I changed the under the if statement that line guess word dot append, and then in parentheses letter, and then I also changed underneath the else statement guess word dot append, and then it's just the underscore in the mini quotations, and then the return statement is in many quotations a space dot join guest word. So I don't know why I needed to do it like this, but it fixed my error and it made my code work. And here's me running the game. As you can see, it's working just fine. I actually guess letter twice to show off that to show off like how it actually works, and there's no error. And as you can see, the final word was barricades, and it prompted me that I won.